This is a call for an uprising. Welcome to today's show. As most of you may have heard last night, I was on live until the wee hours of the morning, waiting for this charade to unfold. My voice is a bit shot, so I apologize for that. But the New World Order has selected Donald Trump to be their next president of the United States of America. Like I said last night, I am in total shock over this. I did not see this coming. I don't think many people did. Obviously, the media and the way that they were manipulating this election did make it seem extremely favorable for Hillary Clinton. Where looking back on it, you can sit there and you could say, yeah, I mean, they really went above and beyond to make it seem as if Hillary was going to win. But still, I'm shocked. I'm very surprised about it. And you know, there's going to be people out there who claim that they knew all along that Trump was going to win and stuff. It's not about predicting it and being right. It's about what's next. It's about what is their plan from here. What do they have in store? Now, obviously, January 20th is a long ways off. We're not seeing anything like they claim was going to happen today, or at least up until this point with the stock market crashing and stuff like that. The market did initially take a turn for the worse when this was announced, in the wee hours of the morning, but it's recovered. We're not seeing any riots or any chaos. And I think what's scariest most about Donald Trump being selected by the New World Order, not that I wanted Hillary Clinton at all. I'm just shocked that they actually had selected Trump. I did not see this as their plan. A lot of people didn't. A lot of people felt it was going to be that Satanist witch, Hillary. But now as we move forward with Hillary out of the picture and Donald Trump being the one they selected, the question is, like I said, what is next? But a lot of Christians out there are going to be clamoring, saying that Donald Trump is the savior, that Donald Trump is the Trump prophecy, that God selected Donald Trump. This will cause a lot of division amongst Christians and people out there. Obviously, I still feel it's completely rigged, completely fixed. I know many Christians are going to come forward saying that this is going to stop the New World Order. And that's obviously what they want. They want people out there to think that, he's coming in, he's going to stop things. It's almost like what happened with Brexit. They wanted people to think that they were making a move against the New World Order. Now we're seeing the same thing here. I mean, with Brexit, people were talking about how it was a fight against the New World Order, that they were leaving against the NWO's will. And obviously, we're still seeing some stuff going on with Brexit, but now we're seeing the same thing in America. We're seeing Donald Trump, who people believe is going to stop the New World Order, or, it's not going to happen now that he's president, that he's been chosen as this savior, that the people have chosen him and the country's going to rise up. We'll see what they have planned. I mean, I don't buy it one bit. Obviously, they wanted this to happen. This was the guy they had chosen all along. And what they did is they used the media to completely make it look like there was no chance that he had to win this election. And I really thought that there was minimal chance, very small chance. I thought it was pretty clear if something didn't happen before the election that would keep Obama in or suspend the elections, that Hillary would win this thing. So I was completely wrong. I have no problem admitting that. I did not see this coming at all. And what we're going to see now, in the next 2 months up till January 20th, is we're going to see how this whole thing plays out. Like I said in my video yesterday, the dominoes are going to begin to fall. Okay, last night was the first domino, and it was a surprising domino. The Trump card fell. Donald Trump is now president. Hillary Clinton, despite seeing these satanic rituals she's involved in and all these awful things that we saw through the WikiLeaks, with the child sex trafficking, all these things that we know these Satanists do, with all that stuff getting released and her now getting pushed out of the way and Donald Trump stepping into the spotlight, I just urge people out there listening to not fall into the trap of thinking that this guy is not one of them. Don't fall into that trap. Okay, now that's just my opinion, but it's pretty clear if you're awake and you know what's going on that these presidents are selected, not elected. And there's a reason that they selected Trump. Now, does that mean that he's going to bring in, war and those things? It's likely. I mean, they've been teasing that. Does it mean that it's just going to be a quiet 4 years and, Donald Trump is just going to help the economy and there's not going to be a lot of things going on and wars and race wars and all this stuff? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Right now they're playing it pretty cool where Trump was very quiet and humble in his win last night. It was funny watching him up on stage, his vice president, who a few weeks ago after this stuff came out about Trump being a sexist and the comments that he made to Access Hollywood with Billy Bush, it was funny that he wouldn't even endorse Donald Trump. About 3 weeks ago, he actually backed out of going and speaking. They had a speech planned somewhere in America. He was supposed to go and speak to a crowd of people. He backed out because he couldn't even back Trump after those comments. And then watch them smiling together, arm in arm last night. It just makes you roll your eyes and realize what, a gigantic charade this really is. It really, truly is. Now, we'll see what the reaction and the feedback is. I mean, this thing went on late into the night last night. It was absolutely ridiculous. I mean, I started a show pretty late where I didn't expect it to go long. I ended up doing 5 hours talking about this, and watching it and monitoring it. I'm glad for all of you who were there. I appreciate you guys being there. It was good to talk to each other during what was just a very weird night, a very shocking night, but a very weird night. I mean, I don't think I recall a time in the history of our country that there was an election like this where it was totally shocking for the most part that Trump was the one that they selected with all this Trump prophecy and all this stuff that's been going on and him hinting at the New World Order. It makes sense when you think about it now with the rigged elections and the comments that he's made. And we'll see how Barack Obama reacts to this. We are yet to hear from him. We're yet to really hear from anyone. It's still pretty early, even though it's the beginning of the afternoon. But we still haven't heard from Hillary. We haven't, at least as of me doing this video, we haven't heard from Hillary. We haven't heard from Barack Obama. We haven't heard much on the fronts of the media. We haven't seen much going on other than them just talking about what a shocking victory it is for Trump. But we'll see the aftermath of this. And like I said, the domino has fallen. We'll see what comes out of it. We'll see. I mean, there's certainly a lot of things still in play. The stuff with Russia, does that mean that dies down now, that Trump was the one that they selected? Were they teasing us with that? Is he really, are we really supposed to believe that him and Putin are good friends? I mean, obviously all this stuff is staged and planned. But again, I'm completely shocked. I'm completely surprised. I did not see this coming. I was completely wrong in what I thought was going to go down. And as were a lot of people out there. In a sense, I feel like they played a lot of us, including myself. There's no shame in that. There's no shame in feeling that way. I mean, they control the game, like I said, and all we can do when we watch this stuff and observe it is try to figure out where they're trying to lead us. But for the most part, they pulled the wool over a lot of our eyes with Trump. And now the question is, with this Trump prophecy, with a lot of these Christian mainstream, whether they're YouTubers, which obviously is just a small amount of people, which isn't super big or super important. But there's going to be a lot of people who are going to continue to believe that Trump was, rose up against this system. Like I said, very comparable to what happened with Brexit. That Trump, beat the system. He beat the odds. He's not one of these secret society members. He's not one of the Brotherhood. And there's a lot of things that could be in play. And then not just until January 20th. After that, there's a lot of things that can be in play here. So we'll see how it unfolds. Again, I apologize if my voice is shoddy. It's because of how many hours I was talking last night and analyzing this election. But again, I am in complete shock, and the domino has fallen. It's fallen against what most of us believe was going to happen. But I just urge people out there to be careful to not fall into the trap of thinking that he's not one of them, that he's going to stop this. I understand a lot of people want to say that he's a Christian and that he is against it and he's a better choice than Hillary. I don't argue with some things, as far as Hillary goes. I mean, we watch the demonic, satanic rituals go on, but that doesn't mean that Trump's not involved in the same types of rituals. They wanted that information leaked, obviously. They planted those seeds and they let that out there. But I don't believe for 1 second. I urge people out there as well to just be careful and falling for this and believing in this and thinking that he's going to save the day, because I don't think that is what their intentions are at all. I still think that they have a major swerve coming for us, whether that's Barry, pulling something or something happening to Trump, or who knows. That's just what my gut says. I feel something coming, some type of swerve potentially coming. It doesn't mean that Trump won't get into office after January 20th. Obviously, that's the way it's playing out right now. It doesn't mean he's going to lead us to war and he's going to be, just absolutely crazy, that we're going to have race wars with the wall and all this stuff. We'll see. We'll see. I mean, it's just going to be a very odd time. It is a very odd time as we speak right now. Very odd, very weird. Again, this isn't like many elections in the past where anyone saw this coming for the most part. Some people will say that they did, and that's fine. You're allowed to. But for the most part, many, many people are in shock over this. And like I said, it's not about being pro-Hillary, just very surprised at how they played this out and how they manipulated a lot of us. And now the Trump prophecy is in play. The hero that Trump is supposed to be, that many people have been saying that he's going to stop it, that Hillary was the most evil person that could ever get in, and I don't disagree that she is a very evil person. But the next few months will be interesting to see how this plays out before January 20th. Obviously, right now, things are extremely calm. All we're seeing is, Trump acting humble, which is very bizarre and very different. I mean, he didn't even crack a smile for the most part last night. So again, my voice is completely shot. I'm pretty exhausted. I just wanted to do this video in case anybody wasn't up listening to the show last night. I was in shock then. I'm still pretty shocked right now. I just want to thank you guys for listening, sticking around last night. I think I'm going to get a little bit of rest and rest my vocals for the rest of the day unless something major happens. But the first domino has fallen, and it's not the domino that any of us really saw coming. The Trump card is in play, the domino is down, and now we will see what this leads to. I thank you for listening to today's show. God bless all of you and your families.